autism, lots of creativity and super intelligence in one particular area. Shing! What's the first thing that comes to your mind when someone says to you, autism? Well, probably those things, actually, which aren't necessarily always true with so many people with autism. And that could be so frustrating for someone who has autism, especially if they're wanting to apply for a job, if they have the ability of independence to be able to work for a company, which is fantastic. But they always get that whole kind of, so you must be really creative and super intelligent with like maths and science and stuff like that. And, there are many autistic people who have those strong attributes, but they're also not necessarily true for everyone. I mean, sure, being autistic does give you the ability to think out the box and to see great things, but it doesn't mean that you are that stereotypical autistic person. An autistic person could be exactly like everyone else to, certain areas. Being autistic means you're very sensitive with your senses and kind of mentally as well, so emotionally you're a very sensitive person, and that can work out really well if you're working on like a customer facing position, or if you're someone who has to deal with personal projects and stuff like that. It definitely means that a lot more effort and emotional experience is being put into projects like that, which is great for an employer because that's what employers look for. They look for someone who's going to put their heart and soul into work, and someone with autism is going to be perfect for that kind of thing. Some of you may or may not be aware, but people with autism tend to really fixate and obsess over particular things, which again, for an employer, that's fantastic. They want their employees to be fixated, they want them to be passionate about the work that they do, and they want them to obsess over stuff like that. That's a great thing. And that's an area of autism that people don't always recognise. That could be so great for being around other people and in the workplace. Because again, lots of people see it as being disorientated and massive meltdowns and being creative and a genius in a particular subject, which again, I'd like to just express so much. That's not always true. That's not autism. You can't say, right, this person has autism, here is a list of things that they are, because that's different for every person. There is no one autistic person that represents the whole of the autistic community. There is no one dyspraxic person. There is no one dyslexic person. There is no amputee person who describes the whole of their community. Everyone is so different, and that's why it's so important to speak to that person. Don't be afraid to ask them about their autism. Don't be afraid to ask them about their disability and, about their background and everything like that. Like, you can learn so much from someone, but it also means they will open up to you if you are happy to talk to them about those things. Communication is like the most important thing anyone can ever have these days. So what is autism? It's like a huge pyramid of different things, and as we all know, pyramids are like mazes, and there are so many ways in and out, and there are so many places you can go, and that's exactly what autism is. It's this pyramid of things all inside, and on the outside, it's all the same. There are different pyramids that look basically the same, some bigger, some smaller, but inside is different every single time. And that is the best way I've ever described a disability in my life. Woo! Go me. So why should you hire with someone with a neurological disorder? Well, because why wouldn't you? Their ability to think differently to everyone else, their ability to put effort into so much more is huge. It's massive. The difference is unbelievable. The ability to put so much emotion into work, the ability to feel things differently, it's just something an employer would massively be missing out if they didn't hire someone with that disability. Don't hire someone because they have a disability and you have a criteria of different types of people you have to hire. Hire them because you know that it's going to make a huge improvement on everyone else who works there, on the morale of the company itself, and also the work for your clients. Like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you want a better, more fantastic place to work? It confuses me why anyone wouldn't want to. It really does. If there are aspects of autism and other neurological disorders which you think make working in a workplace fantastic, or why you would want to hire someone with a neurological disorder, then please do put a comment down below. Do have a conversation about it. It's one of those things that no one talks about these days, and it's so important, and it's so fantastic. If you do have any more questions for me, again, do put some comments down below and I'll try my best to respond to them. But other than that, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.